She told me to.
¿Cómo se dice
It's redneck. It's redneck drink.
Well, then
It's moonshine. It's moonshine, but Puerto Rico style.
Alright, let's get on with this.
Okay, are we good? Wait, is it good morning or good afternoon? Good afternoon, right?
I need 2 seconds.
1, 2,
Exactly 2 seconds.
okay.
It's my hair.
Just start already.
Okay. Feisty. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Okay. I am Patricia.
Mucho gusto.
This is Rosaida. We have Jan, and we also have Jaxata. I always say her name wrong. Okay. Anyways, our presentation is on the short story by Edgar Allan Poe, The Cask of Amontillado. Okay, I'm really bad with names, so y'all know this. Okay, and we have a little surprise for you guys later on in our presentation, but for now, we'll go ahead and start with the character analysis.
I apologize, I cannot say my name yet, so for that I will call myself the narrator. As I do, narrate the story. I am the kind of man that you would not like to see in the middle of the night, especially if you have done something to me I would love revenge for. I am also the kind of man from many families. We have a motto for what we do to certain people. I bring you with revenge. How to say the word? Down to my house, lonely house. And in this case, his death, what I'm very proud of, a secret I've held for 50 years. Down in my catacombs, there lives that secret, for I am narrator. The man who murdered died for his nothing.
I am Fortunato. I love wine. I died. I think I'll remember drunk. I am a man of respect. Everybody respects me. And even fear sometimes. That's about it.
Alright, having that done, we go move on to the summary, which I am in charge. On the night of a carnival season, the narrator tells us how Fortunato has hurted him and insulted him. And for what Fortunato has done, the narrator must seek revenge. But he must just not punish, but punish with impunity. Having known that, he finds Fortunato very drunk and dressed up in a jester clothing. For a fun celebration.
I'm sorry.
So happy to see him. Now, having met him into representation, he mentions, the narrator mentions, that he has found a rare Italian wine called Amontillado.
Amontillado.
I have my doubts.
Amontillado.
I'm not satisfied.
Amontillado.
But just to make sure that Fortunato will indeed go with him to see the Amontillado, he mentions that he's going to look for Lucchesi, Fortunato's rival in wine. Lucchesi. Fortunato's rival in wine. But to not let his rival see the Amontillado further than him, Fortunato hurries the narrator to the narrator's palazzo. and coughing as they walk. That will make the narrator to suggest him to go back to the surface. But Fortunato only sees Amontillado in his eyes.
Amontillado.
I have to say something. They have a few conversations while they were walking. But the one that we must pay attention is when he mentions, the narrator mentions his motto, which is,
Memore impune nascet. No one provokes me without with impunity.
and as how they keep walking to the deepest parts of the catacombs, Fortunato finds himself at the most remote end of the crypt. But now, I must refer to you. What's going to happen now? How the narrator is going to kill Fortunato? How? I'm going to give you 4 options. You're going to think about it. But don't think that one is actually the ending. It's just close to it. Just have to try and figure out which one is close to the ending. Now the first one is, like I said, he's at the remote end of the crypt, so he's not exactly there. So the narrator will have let him walk a little bit more. And since there was bones and rods in there, he becomes a rot and starts pulling him to death. Second option, like I said, he still needs a few steps to walk. So Fortunato walks but abruptly stops because he knows that danger is in front of him. But he feels disoriented and he's like looking where the Amontillado is.
Amontillado.
And while Fortunato is like that, the narrator takes the opportunity to push him into an unescapable fate. Now comes our third option. The narrator intoxicates Fortunato until the point that Fortunato cannot stand anymore and feels unconscious. While he's like that, he makes a hole, big one, and buries him alive. Now our fourth one. Maybe he just wanted to do something quick, something that won't take too much work. So he just let him walk a few steps and stop him with his stroller. One,
Amontillado.
He is already drunk already because of all the wine he had drank. The one is called the grab. And like I said in the end of my summary, they are at the most remote end of the crib. Now, I didn't give you details of what was there because it could have been a little bit easier for you to figure out the possible ending. But now there's no meaning of hiding. Now let me show you. Let me tell you. There was another less spacious recess that in the wall was like human remains filled up to the walls overhead. But they didn't stop there. There was another rather smaller recess, like a manside hole, that didn't have a spatial use within itself. It was just kind of a support for the rest of the crib. But it has rooms and what's in there. Knowing that, now you guys know that, I shall officially start with the scene. It was in vain. Fortunato, lifting his little torch, endeavored to pry into the depth of the recess. His determination, the feeble eye did not enable them to see.
Proceed, my friend. As for the for here is the Amontillado. As for Lucchesi,
His ignoramus.
Now, before we continue, I have to clarify one detail. Yes, we're using that to simulate that indeed he gets chained up, but it is not exactly that is being used in the story. So I'm going to tell you what was used in the story so you don't get confused if you ever read it. There were actually two items that distant from each other about 2 feet horizontal. And from one of these depended a short chain, and from the other, a padlock. And as you have seen already, it was just a job, a work of a few seconds to secure them. Fortunato was too much strong to resist.
cast your hand against the wall. As you clear the nitrate, it is very damp, you see. I shall leave you here to implore you. No, I can't. I can't just leave you. I must let you know how to pay me.
Now, Fortunato cries.
Amontillado.
True. The Amontillado.
Now it was his turn to get busy with himself. Among the pile of bones of which I have spoken before, remember? Throwing that aside, he soon uncovered a quantity of building stones and mortar. With this material in the aid of his robot, he began vigorously to wall up the entrance of the niche. They had just put the first tile of the masonry when he discovered that the intoxication of Fortunato had, in a great measure, worn off. The indications he had in that was a cry that didn't belong to a drunken man.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
There was then a long and obstinate silence. He kept on walking until he had led the full time. Then he heard the furious vibrations of the chain.
So they both died? Oh, yeah.
She writes her secrets down.
She writes her secrets down. That's why we put her like to say it. It's not like writing. Because what he's like in the story, he's actually telling us what he did 50 years ago. You can say that he could be confessing or just showing up. Could have a little bit of both.
Showing off.
So he didn't die by any of the options, right? What? He didn't die by any of the options.
It's a
He got
mixture.
intoxicated.
It's a
And he was
mixture.
kind of buried alive. It was kind of weird. I told you it wasn't exactly the ending. He just had something. Yeah.
Now, now we're going to talk about the author. The author, as many of you guys may know, is Edgar Allan Poe. Does anybody know who Edgar Allan Poe is? Other than he's awesome, does anybody know?
Writes awesome stories.
Do you know
Apart from
one
the
of them?
awesomeness.
Do you know the most famous one by him that mostly everyone knows?
Twilight.
They didn't have that.
It's The Raven. The Raven is one of his most famous pieces, and also in the States, I don't know if they do it here in Puerto Rico, that they require you to read this in class. And I don't even know what the story is about, but I know I've read it like 20 times. But it's one of his darkest stories, like one of the darkest stories. His genre is in Gothic.
Oh, I saw it in The Simpsons.
Yes, The Simpsons also did a part
Raven.
of The Raven, and there has been other.
They see me.
He was born in 1809, January 19th, 1809, and died October 7th in 1849. He only lived 40 years. He lived a very gruesome, he lived a very hard life. This is where all his dark stories come from, and to show from why his stories usually end in death or something like that. He had to go through his dad leaving before he was 3 years old, around that time. He watched his mom die from I don't even know how to pronounce it. Tuberculosis. She died from tuberculosis, and that's, if I'm not mistaken, that's where you spit up blood and all that gruesome stuff. He also got adopted by a couple named the Allens, John and Francis Allen. He had to watch also his stepmother die from the same sickness at a young age. So that was 2 deaths that he had to go through. He also his stepfather was loving but also demanding. He was generous and demanding. He was caring but moody. So like it was never really a good relationship between his stepdad, and his stepdad also never really showed love towards him. That's why you see in most cases where he has fighting against your own will inside, having like little torment and little fights in between in yourself. He also he has lived in Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York, and Boston, which are one of the capitals of where literature in the 18th century was, 19th century. Wait, is that 19th? What would you say?
It's the 1800s. It would be
19th. Okay, well, the 19th century. During the 19th centuries, those were where you go to see all the famous literature. If you see also other authors, they're based in the same places and all that stuff. And he also had to go through gambling and all that stuff. He had a very
Awesome. Yay!
Now, I hope you enjoy your presentation. That is all, folks.
Okay. Guys, it was excellent. It was very, very good. You guys were very creative. I love the way you spoke about about the dark side of why he was tormented. He was basically a tormented man, and that's what led him to write. I love some of the vocabulary you used the word genre, which is it's important. You also gave examples of some of his other writings, and you talked about them. You involved you involved the audience. You gave us four different endings, so we were paying attention. I think that everybody agrees with me that we weren't bored. What's going to happen next with these crazy four? Okay. So, very, very good.
I forgot one thing. Sorry. I forgot one thing. That if you guys saw that his name was Fortunato, what does that mean?
Fortunate?
Fortunate?
Exactly. And
Yeah.
don't you think that is very
Unfortunate.